After several weeks of hustling under the COVID-19 lockdown, the students who got held up in hostels after their institutions were closed and public transport was suspended now say they can no longer survive on their own. The students say they did not think the lockdown would last this long.
It first announced 2 weeks. I knew it won't be extended, and I had no big reason of taking me home for just 2 weeks. I just come from Kampala, just going home for 2 weeks, and then I come back. I thought it's better I could just stay here for those 2 weeks.
The students now want the Ministry of Education to force the Prime Minister's office to extend the relief food distribution to their hostels. Moses Chidega, the Students' Affairs Secretary of the Uganda National Students Association, says about 2,000 of his colleagues are in dire need of the food relief.
Government, through the office of the Prime Minister, last week gave food to only 500 students. This is only about 25% of the total number of students who desire this assistance. So 25% is a very small number compared to the total lump sum that we are looking at. So yes, we are in desperate need of relief items for these students.
Many of these students are foreigners who are caught up in the country. Despite the food distribution exercise in areas like Katanga and Makerere, the hostels were not considered for the service.
They ended up skipping over 3,000 students, custodians and cleaners who reside within hostels.
As they were distributing food, they said that people who reside in flats are rich people. They cannot be given food. They came, they distributed the food, but they did not think of people like us. Also the workers in these buildings, big buildings, for them they think that they are rich, but in real sense they are not rich, they are workers.
Now the students say sooner than later they will have no choice but to force the government to give them food.
What we fail to demand diplomatically, we shall demand through a much more radical approach. We shall go on streets and demand for this food.
About 2,000 students are believed to be held up in Kampala hostels. Sam Mpoza, NTV Tonight.